Hello everyone. In this video, we will discuss one of the important technique called as quick sort. This is a program number 4, and in this program number 4, we are discussing important algorithm called as quick sort algorithm. Then, as we know in the theory part, we have discussed that the quick sort is the well-known example that belongs to divide and conquer technique. Then whenever you have a problem, first divide that problem into sub problems and design solution for the sub problems, and finally combine result from the sub problems to get the solution for the original problem. Then quick sort is the best example of divide and conquer technique. Then, and also you know that sorting is nothing but rearranging all the elements or elements in the given set either in ascending order or descending order as per the requirement. Then here we can discuss this program as the quick sort. Then you have to define one class called as the class quick sort. You have to define one array variable as integer a, and you have to define one local variable as integer num. Then next you have to create the interface for the input device as static scanner sc is equal to a new scanner system dot in create interface for the input device. Then you have to create one random number generator object as a random rm is equal to new random using a class or importing the random objects from the random function as import java.util.random. Then next you have to make call to a constructor called constructor function called as a quick sort 1 with the input as the integer n, that is the number of elements you want to use into a array. Then num is equal to n, then a is equal to new integer n. This will define size of the array variable as number of elements into that array. The next you have to read the actual array elements using function void input. Here system.out.println enter all the array elements. Then for integer I is equal to 0, I is less than n, I plus plus. Then the array element you are generating randomly in between 1 to 100 by using built-in function called as the random with the object as the random rm and with the next integer function as the next integer. This function will simply generate random numbers in between 1 to 100, and those random numbers are simply assigned to this array variable a of I. Then next you have to make call to this sort function. Then as you know that the divide and conquer is recursively we are making call to this function void sort function with the inputs as the lowest index value of the array and highest index value of the array. Then next you have to find out the pivot value. First you have to find out the pivot value for that given array with the lowest value and highest value. If the low value is less than high, until and unless this condition is true, you have to find out the pivot value by using another function called as find pivot value with low and high index values. And once again you have to make call to this function recursively with the new low and high value as. Once you have to call it using sort function with low value as the low and high value as pivot minus 1, and once again you have to call this function with again with the same sort function with the low value as pivot plus 1 and the high value as high. This is called as divide and conquer technique. Your original array you are dividing into a sub array 1 and sub array 2 until and unless the low value becomes high. Then important part in this quick sort algorithm is to find out the pivot element that will decide, or the sorting is based on the pivot element. That is, let us see how to find out the pivot element, that is integer find pivot, and inputs are low index value and high index value for that given array. Then integer I, p, j and temp, these are some local variables used to implement the find pivot. Then p is equal to low value, I is equal to low plus 1 and j is equal to high value. Then while true, then while a of I is less than equal to a of p, that is a of I that is low plus 1 value is less than equal to a of low. Then if I is equal to high, then you have to break, else I increment the I plus plus value. Similarly you have to when a of j is greater than equal to a of pi, and if j is equal to low, then break, otherwise you have to else j minus 1 is. Then you have to identify already the elements in sorted order or not by incrementing the index value from lowest to the highest and from highest and decrementing the index value from highest to the lowest. Then at some moment if I is less than j, then you have to exchange the values. Temp is equal to a of I is equal to a of j, and a of j is equal to temp. Else if the j is less than equal to I, then temp is equal to a of p value, pivot value, a of p is equal to a of j is equal to return, and finally return j as the pivot index value, or j is the index value for pivot element. Then this is an display function we are using to just display all the array elements, just to display all the array elements as system.out.println, then enter array element for integer I is equal to 0, I is less than number I plus plus system.out.println and a of I. Then next important is a main function, then integer n. Then here you have to read the enter size of array, that as system.out.println enter the size of array, then n is equal to sc dot next integer, then quicksort 1, q is equal to new quicksort 1. Then you have to create object as q. As soon as you create object as a q, you are making call to the constructor function with the input value as the n. Here constructor function, the constructor function as quicksort 1, and here it will initialize the array size and it will read the array elements. Then next you have to read the elements as q dot input. This will read the array elements. Then system.out.println, you have to display the array element once before sorting by using q dot display function. Display is a function used to display all the array elements. Then next you have to use one variable, local variable as long integer variable as a start time and system dot nano time. Then this is just a time function we are using, and this function you have to initialize before you are making call to the sorting function. Then you have to initialize at the start time, and you have to make call to the sort function as q dot sort function, and you have to provide the lowest value and highest index value. Lowest value, as you all know that the lowest index value for array element is 0, and the highest index value is the size minus 1, that is highest index value is n minus 1. Then you have to make call to the sorting function with lowest index value as the 0 and highest index value as n minus 1. Then once the sorting program is completed, or you complete its execution, you have to once again you have to call, or you have to initialize one local variable called as long stop time, and you have to make call to the system nano time. That indicates where your program ends or when your program execution completed. Then you have to display system.out.println. After sorting, once again you have to display all the elements by using function q.display, and next you have to display what is the elapsed time, that is how much time this algorithm takes, quicksort algorithm takes to complete its execution, by simply subtracting the start time from stop time. Already you are calculated start time before starting the quicksort, and you are calculated the time once you completed the quicksort, once you completed the execution of quicksort, and when you subtract the start time from the stop time, and you will get the elapsed time. Then math.power is a function we are using, divided by math.function we are using to get into a milliseconds. Then the system.out.println, the complexity of program is elapsed time is plus display elapsed time with the time unit as the milliseconds. Then now let us execute this program with some sample inputs. Then here first enter the size of array. Suppose size of array is 5. Then next it will first generate the 5 random numbers between 1 to 100 as 60, 49, 32, 96 and 15. These are the random numbers are generated, or these are the random array elements. Then you have to apply sorting on this random array elements, and you will get the sorted order as you will get the sorted array as 15, 32, 49, 60 and 96. We are not manually entering the, or we are manually not reading the array elements. We are randomly generating the array elements, and to this randomly generated array elements you have to apply the quicksort, and after the quicksort you will get the sorted array as 15, 32, 49, 60 and 96, and the time complexity for this sorted array is like 0.009048 milliseconds. This much time is required to complete the execution of this program. The time complexity, it may vary, depends upon the input size, because you all know that the time complexity, or the how much time required to complete any algorithm, is depends upon its input. If the number of inputs are very less, it takes the less time, and as you increase the input size, it takes the more time. Then let us see one more example, another example or another sample input for this program, and you have to execute it once again. And suppose you have entered the size of array as 100. You have to enter the size of array as 100. then this will read the 100 array elements. Here we are not entering all the 100 array elements manually. It will be generated automatically by using the random function we are implemented in our program. Then just enter the size of array as 100. It will generate all the, as shown here, it will generate all the 100 elements between 1 to 100. Okay, and next it will display all the sorted array elements after applying quick sort for this random array. And here you will get the sorted array, and you will get again the time complexity for this input size. This given input is 0.106051 milliseconds.